respectfully, and that's okay. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. I truly hope that you continue to find peace within, regardless to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say that respectfully. How misery loves company. Folks was truly unbalanced when it came to self-awareness. He was out here self-destructing. They saw you as a threat when they saw it was competition. You elevate and actually thinking for yourself. They had to take notes. To hold on 1 second. Shorty really got something going on when it comes to her flow. Hold on 1 second. This can't be really happening. I'm about to lose everything, let alone my mind. I'm trying to get my thoughts together so I can understand time. This is what happens when you find out someone's copycatting you, the original. Only to realize the hold on 1 second, they couldn't keep up with the flow. They sat there, took your ideas, didn't put respect on your name. They try to humiliate you, to paint you out to be the villain in their story. You be so surprised who these folks is truly is at the end of the day. I ain't gotta call you out, but God saw what you was doing. Because God saw what you was doing. God saw what you was doing. You talking about you want to humble somebody because they got common sense, something that you can relate to with self-awareness. You rather self-destruct. Instead of you putting respect on someone's name and actually approaching them. You rather laugh at their pain at the end of the day, but talk about they truly a weirdo when it come to being a lame. But that was never the case, because if that was the case, you wouldn't be sitting there. Actually, hold on 1 second. This shorty really had a flow. Hold on 1 second. Thank you for giving me time and day. I actually made money off your ideas, but I would never put respect on your name. I'd rather disrespect you out loud, let alone I would line you up to psych you out your free will. So if you say something another day, trust and believe, ain't nobody gonna believe your case. This type of stuff really happens. How folks sit there, take your ideas, don't put respect on your name. Because you understood your lane, understanding your existence, that hold on 1 second, both of our realities is totally different when it come to common sense of being real. Hold on 1 second, they say real recognize real. But you got to be careful when you use that word real, because some folks don't got common sense, they can't think for themselves. And I said what I said that day. Damn, y'all motherfuckers can't think for yourself, because if that was the case, hold on 1 second, it shouldn't have been an it's or a buts or about it at the end of the day. You should have actually approached somebody with real. Instead of going to third-party conversation, swearing that you know somebody at the end of the day, regardless to that email address or that phone number that actually appeared, you should have approached them. Put respect on their name. It took them time and day to get that creation going when it came to content creating. And I say that respectfully. Folks be trying to humble you. You the little man. Ain't nobody gonna believe you. How this type of stuff really happens because someone truly got common sense to think for themselves. Talking about you not gonna take this shine when it come to my name. You ain't gonna overshine me at the end of the day, and I'm gonna make sure that happens. I'm gonna pay this website, pay that site. Matter of fact, I even took over the websites just so I could humiliate you, make you feel like at the end of the day you truly less of a person. I'm gonna make sure you bent out of shape, homeless, looking bugged out in the face like a junkie. That's what you planned on doing, huh? But God works in mysterious ways. I don't worship the devil. Let alone play with spirit in a toxic way. I actually knew how to respect my neighbor. They said you a joke. You was a lame ass bitch. Yeah, you dyke. I said what I said that day. Yeah, you real funny. You thought you was doing something. I'm gonna tell the whole world at the end of the day, you a copycat. You truly a lame. You can't even think for yourself, but hold on 1 second. It's kind of funny how you trying to shadow ban my work to acknowledge me at the end of the day so I wouldn't get the views. You try to play with spell work when it came to me, energy harvest, and trying to astral project towards me at the end of the day so you could pay me out to be the villain of your story, or let alone let the world look like me like I'm a fool. It's kind of funny how this type of stuff really happens at the end of the day, or because you're authentic and you actually got common sense. So folks would send this person and send that person, and let alone they would pay this person, that person, to see what you got going on when it comes to your tensions. They try to humiliate you, throw your past in your face. It wasn't an even exchange when it come to your reality. Because y'all wasn't on the same page. You wanted everybody around you to elevate. It didn't matter who it was at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully, but we all don't move accordingly. Now they taking all your words and jazzing it up and making it as they own. Hold on 1 second. You couldn't even think for yourself, even think like that when it come to creativity. creativity, but that's the difference between me and you, them and they. I ain't got to steal a flow. I ain't got to keep up with the Joneses at the end of the day. Because I know how to be original. I put respect on the original. That fake shit at the end of the day is nothing but fake fame. For likes and views and clout chasing, our digestive system ain't built the same. But I still knew how to respect my neighbor. That's mad fucked up, and I say that shit respectfully. I would hate for somebody to do that to your baby. Take their ideas and make it theirs. Just jazz it up a little bit at the end of the day, let alone try to disrespect your child. Put them out to be the villain of someone else's story when they actually had creativity. My content ain't for everybody. It don't take a rocket scientist at the end of the day, and I say this respectfully. You ain't gotta have a child to have common sense. Something I see that you truly lack to go within. You wanted someone to disrespect you, get out of pocket. But they was truly in their lane, understanding their conscience. Something that you couldn't relate to was understanding God's flow. Wow, hold on 1 second. This child ain't lying. They was truly being their authentic self. But yeah, I had people bullying them, paying them out to be the villain of a story at the end of the day I truly created. Or because of the fact I was my own worst enemy, and I forgot to respect my neighbor in the process. You be so surprised what these folks look like. Yeah, your favorite rapper, your actor at the end of the day, fuck all your apologies. I say that shit respectfully. These folks be acting at the end of the day. They such in a position to better themselves. But hold on 1 second. They forgot to put respect on the original. My content ain't for everybody. That's what happens when you authentic. This ain't the first time that they did this type of behavior, stealing from innocent people that actually had rhythm. No, for real, as the trainer thought for me. They like, hold on 1 second. How did you know this was going to be the new wave? Because God said so. We understood the even exchange, the real ones, at the end of the day, that's truly far from haters. We truly want to see our neighbors win. I had Shorty in the background talking about you a joke, you a fool at the end of the day. Yeah, I was trying to line you up to school you, to show you at the end of the day, you truly ain't nobody, you nothing but a lame. Hold on 1 second. You didn't even give me time and day to actually explain myself. Let her hold on 1 second. I didn't have to, because I was just being myself, something that you couldn't relate to. You saw they was taking my work. You saw they was taking my work. You saw me putting that footwork in every single day. It's never not one day that I actually stopped doing what I'm doing. I've been doing it since I started. It took me 3 years. It took you 10, 20, 40 years. And I say that respectfully, no disrespect. I was only moving accordingly. Only for you to realize that, hold on 1 second. I said, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. They started moving all discombobulated. Hey, what do you mean by that? Oh, hell no, we ain't gonna have that today. I had Shorty laughing at my pain, disrespecting me, swearing that she know me like a bad habit, only to realize I wasn't trying to catch a case. I ain't have to go back and forth with you with words. All I said was hope you find peace within your own lane one day to understand your own identity, because you're truly about to have a crisis. Because would you want somebody to do that to your child? It didn't matter what acting position you was truly playing that day, trying to humiliate somebody because they was in their own lane. It's the type of stuff that becomes the norm. Folks want to paint the person who's the original out to be the copycat, and that was never that was never the case, because the innocent person didn't have to catch a case. And I say that respectfully, even when you go digging, trying to figure out someone's past, to try to humiliate them, and they not running from their past. They understood why certain doors in their life was closed for all the right reasons, to understand their blessing. That's why they stand before you today. You thought that the humiliation and disrespect out loud was supposed to make somebody be unbalanced when they understood change, when it came to self-awareness, not to self-destruct another day, becoming their worst enemy, something that you couldn't relate to was gone within. Always be yourself. They're not going to put respect on your name, but the real ones at the end of the day with no hidden agendas, trust and believe they see you and they understand your pain. You not bugging, you not crazy, you know what you was doing. Being your authentic self, something that folks can relate to, was showing up for themselves to be themselves. So they paint you out to be the villain of the story. Yeah, that crazy MF, she took my ideas. Hold on 1 second. Really? Really? It's one thing you saying that you want to work with somebody, you come up with different creativity. But when you doing stuff on your own, that's all you. Then they talking about, hold on 1 second. We're not giving the credit for you. Hold on 1 second. You trying to do what I'm doing at the end of the day. You saying everything I'm saying. Now, respectfully, word for word, hold on 1 second. Just different characters. It really be the train of thought for me. There's certain folks who won't understand what's going on because they so low vibration. But the ones that's not, at the end of the day, they see your malicious intentions. You said somebody gonna be big mad. You wanted to humble somebody to see them frown. Don't you know how it feels at the end of the day to actually show up for yourself if someone don't try to see your light? But God was still being patient with you to treat you right, to show you are worthy. So you know how it feels to have that excuse, not today. I ain't gonna let somebody just walk all over me. But everybody's not built the same. My content is not for everyone. Folks be talking about they so godly, but they moving on the devil's timing. And I say that respectfully, trying to humble the innocent person who understood their conscience when it came to their faith. Don't give up on yourself. The real ones truly see you, and I say that respectfully. Continue to elevate. They thought that you was going to become your worst enemy. They thought you was going to be strung out on the drugs when they lined you up to psych you out your free will when it came to your conscience, but you understood rotation, elevation. The truth looks good on you. I'm so proud of you. Even when they hacked your devices, you still kept moving forward. They try to humiliate you, disrespect you out loud, to paint you out to be somebody you truly wasn't. How it took a whole community to go against one person that understood self-reflection to go within. You getting better with time. I'm so proud of you. It was so much work that you put out within the last 3 years that these folks try to humble you. They didn't understand their own existence. That hold on one second. How this one person actually creating all his ideas at one time. Now, fuck that. We got to make sure this doesn't multiply. We got to make sure you dumb down the shadow band so nobody can see your authenticity. So we can't pay you back for what we did to you. But God works in mysterious ways, and I say that respectfully. I was only moving accordingly. I said my heavenly mother, my heavenly father was in the room this whole entire time. I ain't have to lie. It didn't matter what acting position that she was truly playing that day. Trying to humiliate me, acting like he was truly for me, acting like, hold on one second, I want to invest my time in you. But the whole come to find out at the end of the day, you couldn't even put respect on your neighbor's name and actually approach them. All you wanted to do was project pain. Hold on, when you said they was a lame. You acting, you're going and you are nobody. Hold on one second. I didn't sign up for this one-sided ass conversation. It went from you getting numbers, that's cool. Finding Danny wasn't doing it for the likes and the views, but damn, when it came into my streaming numbers, trying to figure out my training thought, I'm supposed to get ready to surpass the 4,000 mark. Why is my numbers going down? And I'm putting work in every single day. Like, yo, I put out 30 videos a day. Boop, 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 boop. Numbers still going down, trying to figure out what's going on. Only to find out folks is in the background, playing with Spurk in a toxic way. Folks is in the background, they got dollars at the end of the day to keep my page so dumbed down. But my page was never dumbed down to the right people. And I say that respectfully so you can steal my work. Amount of kind of my creativity that you couldn't think for yourself. Then you sit there and say, hold on one second, I would never do such a thing. But the fruit in the pudding tells it all. And I say that respectfully because you wasn't moving like that before. My content ain't for nobody. Let you have to be a hater. My content is not for nobody that's truly a hater. And I say that respectfully. I was only moving accordingly. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire or a billionaire. Put respect on your neighbor's name, and I say that respectfully. They always try to leave the little man out at the end of the day, but the little man at the end of the day got gift and talent, could think for themselves. That's why you try to humble them, so they won't better themselves, put them in a bad situation, so they won't understand their conscience when it relates to their love language. Something that you couldn't do with self-love, but your neighbor still knew how to respect you, to fix your crown, show you at the end of the day, hold on one second, elevation is truly coming, so continue to believe in yourself when it comes to your faith. Don't overlook yourself another day. My content is not for everybody. It's not. They said he say, she say, the map sure, damn sure wasn't that enough. I never got the message at the end of the day who somebody was supposed to leave for me. Nah, they never told me. But they damn sure disrespected me. Talking about the end of the day, I was going to put you on game. But hold on one second. I don't like how you moving. I'm not a girl's. So I'm going to dumb you down. And I'm going to paint you out to be somebody you truly not, to see you frown. The blackmailing was real. It was truly one-sided when it came to your hidden agendas. Damn, you was truly on a mission. Thought I was going to make myself look a second time? No, I saw what I saw, and it's okay. Have a nice day. But you can never take the original away. And I say that respectfully. They like, oh, we're going to put you in a straight body jacket with a diagnose attached to it so nobody will believe in you. So we could get all the credit for all the work that you did. We ain't even got to move a finger. All we got to do is watch your videos and understand rotation. Matter of fact, every time you post a video, we already watching you. Realize at the end of the day, you truly are prospering. We see that you don't worship the devil, that don't play with spirit and attacks away. We see you moving comfortably, truly at peace with yourself. Damn, you truly at ease because you move too slow. You move, your flow when it comes to your moves is so smooth. Even when you get lost in your words, they don't understand how you continue to maintain and understand your self-reflection and love yourself. You don't have to project pain. They wanted you to get out of character and antagonize you, to disrespect you out loud, to see you frown, but hold on 1 second. You understood self-control. How they took your ideas, didn't put respect on your name. You be so surprised at these folks, and I say that respectfully when it comes to their games. Like, content ain't for everybody. It's like a song. And I say this respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect, but damn, you showing how you was truly moving uncomfortably. Because if you wasn't moving uncomfortably, you wouldn't sit there and take notes from the little man that you said was truly a lame that didn't actually had to have rhythm. You sat there and took their flow. You sat there and tried to jazz it up. You sat there was actually inspired by somebody that wasn't trying to hurt you, let alone disrespect you. They actually meant what they said that day. I don't got time for the drama. I'm just being myself, something that you couldn't relate to. And I don't take anything back as to what I said that day. And I say that respectfully. You can't think for yourself, because if that was the case, you would put respect on your neighbor's name. Sitting there acting like it was your originality idea. The way y'all was going at the end of the day was truly dysfunctional. And you really thought it was funny because y'all been doing this stuff for so long. Hurting innocent people. They watching videos and hold on 1 second. That's my flow. That's what I did that day. That happened a year ago. They just now trying to take my idea now, but they couldn't put respect on my smile. They wanted to maintain to keep me frowning. But hold on 1 second. I adjusted the pain to understand. Hold on 1 second. God works in mysterious ways. You can never take the original away from the original. And I say that respectfully. Didn't have to go tick for tack with you to throw my hands. The energy is different. That's what you said that day. All you want to do is knuckle up, to dumb somebody down. But that's what happens at the end of the day. When someone got controlling issues, they ready to fight you. Or because someone doesn't want to put respect on your name. This type of stuff happens every single day. It doesn't matter if you're financially stable or not. Don't matter if you got money or not. Don't matter if you got a big house, car. Don't matter at the end of the day how someone would truly still be jealous of you, or let alone try to humble you. Everybody's situation is different. Wow. They said, well, I did reach out to you, but you never got the message. That's why we kept it pushing. But you listen to third-party conversations. That was your issue. If you want to talk to the business person at the end of the day to do work where you go directly to them like an adult would do. It really be the train of thought for me. Or let alone you don't sit there and disrespect somebody talking about you want to work with them, but you going to put hands on them. That's not going to make someone actually mess with you. You're supposed to move accordingly doing business like a boss move. And real bosses, at the end of the day, put respects on their neighbor's name, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully, moving accordingly. Something that you couldn't get in tune with, busting a move. Like a real boss. Real bosses put respect on each other's name. And they don't sit there and copycat the next person's pain. They don't sit there and copycat somebody at the end of the day with hidden agendas. Like, hold on 1 second. I'm going to take your whole identity from you and make sure you truly have a crisis behind your pain that I created when it came to your drama. Now it's truly one-sided because, hold on 1 second, I caused it on you. How this type of stuff truly happens. How folks try to take the originality from the innocent person that truly knew how to maintain a smile, overcoming obstacles. I said what I said that day. I choose me. I ain't running from my past. That energy is different. We all not the same. I said what I said that day. I was on that express train. I was on a mission to my blessings. I understood the lessons. I wasn't holding up myself at the end of the day because it wasn't traffic. I understood the self-reflecting, understanding my conscience when it came to hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to self-destruct another day, something that you couldn't get into because I wasn't doing it for likes and views. I'm far from a fool. That is just different. How they send this person, that person, they try to control your algorithm just for folks to disrespect you out loud and say that you a copycat with hidden agendas. But that was never the case because you wasn't trying to catch a case. You understood self-control when it came to your awareness, being your authentic self, something that they couldn't get in tune was better than themselves, to actually think for themselves. I didn't want you to lose everything. I was just showing you at the end of the day, all attention ain't good attention. But you could have still put respect on your neighbor's name. That's it. But you had hidden agendas. But this type of stuff happens. It just didn't happen to me. It happened to my neighbor. 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 How when God gave them that creativity, because God believed in them to give it out, give that message out to the people. They had their own little flex when it comes to their little swag, they pep talk, that hold on 1 second, do you truly hear me? Only to realize you was part of the crowd, to actually realize that hold on 1 second, this person got swag. And I can't get jiggy with it because I don't understand it, but hold on 1 second, a year later, you like, hold on 1 second, that must be a good position. You don't know what it takes for somebody to be their authentic self and what they overcame. But you sat there and took credit for someone else's work. It wasn't an even exchange. You knew where the person lived at too. You could have found out. You got money to do everything else. You could have actually respected them like, you know what, let me go pay this person a visit to actually respect and not have malicious intentions. You actually just changed my life for the better. My bank account looked real juicy. Hold on 1 second, you real clever. This type of stuff happens every single day, and it's not the norm. Being authentic is not a crime. But because of the fact that you see someone being authentic and you see them not struggling to be their authentic self, you try to dim their light to pick them out to be the villain of your story. So now when they speak up for themselves, they can't because they're being shadow banned. So nobody would know the truth as to this person is not crazy. It's so many other people that said their story. How someone took my word for word. They try to jazz it up to put it as their own, to access gain when it comes to their financial stability. But what happened to the innocent person at the end of the day that didn't have to project that pain? The originality. And then certain individuals, I say this respectfully, what happened to having common sense? You truly know how it feels to be the little man at the end of the day, for folks to look over you, not to respect you. But the last thing you want someone to ever do is take your creativity when it comes to your ideas. And I say that respectfully. You fought so hard and long to stand up for yourself today. And you thought it was funny in games for someone to take someone's originality and make it their home. Do you know the back scenes that's going on behind closed doors when it comes to the shadow banding? Because it's really real. And one thing I ain't got to do is lie because so many other people have been humiliated with the lies that was told on them that day when they speak up. Like, yo, that's my work. The first thing an innocent person gets hit with. My numbers ain't making sense no more. I was doing good numbers. I was doing it for my fan base. Because I knew not everybody was going to be for me, and that's okay. But damn, you ain't have to sit back and take notes to watch my swag elevate. To watch what I went through when it came to pain. I shed a tear too. But I still overcame, not to become my worst enemy another day. I wasn't doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. I said what I said. Our digestive system damn sure ain't the same. What happened to the innocent person? Put respect on their name. Being a copycat at the end of the day. What happened to originality? Being authentic. Then when an innocent person speaks up, then you want to paint them out to be the bad guy of your story. Like, nobody cares about you. Nobody hears you. F you. That's what you said that day. With the big finger. but nobody wanted to actually touch on you. Now it's the train of thought for me. Oh, this person got potential. They playing songs on certain platforms when it come to respecting their name, but hold on 1 second, they getting too much attraction. I don't want them to overshine me. But that was never the case. See, your mental state when it come to your reality, we all don't think the same. If that was the case, I actually was a fan at once upon a time, but hold on 1 second. If you move that way, nah, I'm good. I don't got time for your ill intentions. I would hate for somebody to do that to one of your loved ones, let alone your children. Take their ideas and make it as theirs when it comes to content creation or when it comes to artwork. You told that child at the end of the day they could be anybody they want to be. But only to realize that, hold on 1 second, you figured out your train of thought. Telling your child at the end of the day, when it comes to your creativity, you know how to think for yourself. That's why they truly hating. Hold on 1 second, have that goddamn same conversation with yourself now. Now, respectfully, you rather listen to he say, she say, the math wasn't adding up. The jealousy and envy was really real at the end of the day. Folks talking about, I'm not going to put respect on your name. I'm going to paint you out to be the villain of my story. And we ain't even have to speak. It was just that one email. Hold on 1 second. One thing I ain't got to do is tell lies. When folks be trying to shadow ban you to make you humble. My content is not for everybody. It's really innocent people that actually can think for themselves. And God installed that gift within them. And I say this respectfully. To put a craft, an art out for their audience. And what happens is people with money or people that's behind the scenes or people that are miserable and want to say, you know what, I think this is a good fit for you. I think you should do this. But I'm not going to tell you where I stole it from. Because the original person, it ain't you. It's so many innocent people that has experienced this when it comes to their creation. And I say that respectfully. It's not just one word. It's like, hold on 1 second. Wait. So you mean to tell me you're trying to take my whole story, make it yours, then you want to paint me out to be the bad guy because I'm speaking up for myself and I wasn't going the wrong direction when I believed in my faith to be my authentic self? That's what happens. Maybe the last person you did that to, they probably disrespected you, called you a bunch of BITCHs or whatever the case may be. They truly wanted to fight you. But the innocent person, they was just in their own lane. They wasn't wrong for speaking up for themselves because that was dead ass wrong. It really was. Oh, you like, oh, well, that's what I had to go through too. Hold on 1 second. That's the problem with people today. That's what you've been through. That's not what people are supposed to go through. Know your worth. And when you know your worth and your neighbor's able to fix your crown after see you frown, put respect on their name. The energy is different. We all not the same when it come to pain. I'm starting to think you fools are clown. I mean, hold on, not clown. I didn't say that. I didn't mean to say that. I mean clones. Because how can't you think for yourself? Like, make it make sense, ma'am, sir. If the shoe fit, then wear it. It really be the thought process for me. Talking about you got a high IQ score, you a boss, you moving this way, you moving that way. But hold on 1 second. A real boss actually thinks for themselves. A real boss don't sit there and take someone else's creativity and make it their own. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. There's so many innocent people that can't speak up for themselves. It really is. And it's sad. It's so many innocent people that cannot speak up for themselves because they're either shadow banned, they're being overlooked because of the fact that the position that you hold and the folks you got around you to keep somebody quiet, dumbed down. But they was never dumb. And they wasn't dumbing down to your excuses why you couldn't respect them that day. With your hidden agendas. You say you laughing your way off to the bait, but it wasn't an even exchange, and I say that respectfully, because you can never get credit for someone's true, authentic work. something that's originality, something that's called elevation every single day. Someone truly believing that. Hold on one second. I wasn't a mistake when I came into your life. You saw me for who I truly was. I bothered you that much. I bothered you that much even when I got lost in my own words. You took me as a threat. Jealousy and envy is rare when it comes to certain folks being a hater. Because if that wasn't the case, why wouldn't you not put respect on your neighbor? My content is not for everyone. And this just is not just me. It's just not just you. It's not just you. It's so many other individuals that's not having an identity crisis when it comes to their creativity that's being shadow banned because their work is being stolen. Instead of someone reaching out to someone directly like, yo, listen up. I actually respect your creativity. I'm not trying to put my hands or my feet on you, and I say that respectfully. I'm only moving accordingly. I don't gotta antagonize you to disrespect you out loud to see you frown. That energy is different. Do you not understand when you threaten somebody? Or when you say somebody's corny or lame or something at the end of the day? You think somebody really wants to work with you? Like, make it make sense, ma'am, sir. But that was truly their ideas. Something that you couldn't relate to. It's actually respecting your neighbor with no hidden agendas. We all not the same. And I say this respectfully. One thing I don't gotta do is lie. You know how when you have the watch hours? I went from having so much watch hours, I'm supposed to already be surpassed where I'm at right now. But I'm not tripping. But it's funny how I put out over 30, 40 videos at a time. And the math don't lie. And I'm getting the traction that I need. Only for my watch hours to go down when it's supposed to be going up. So that means someone in the background is controlling it. So because I said something about a video, now all of a sudden it went up all of a sudden. It literally made me start all over again. Just about. Because how did I go from, I'm not even going to say the numbers. That's like going from 10, going up to 15, and going back down to 0. Hold on one second. The math ain't adding up. I'm putting out content every single day. Every single day, faithfully. And this is what happens to innocent people that get shadow banned. They trying to figure out their train of thought. I know I'm not bugging. Why is the numbers not making sense? It's supposed to go up, not down. Everything else is making sense. That's why they truly wanted to see you frown. They wanted you to become your own worst enemy. Feel like you was having an identity crisis, like you was truly bugged out. But hold on one second. Your screws was truly not loose. It was truly attached. You understood self-awareness. They didn't understand that. That's why they said that you was whack. They said you whack in your corner, you ain't nobody. I'ma humble you today. Hold on one second when I didn't have to hurt nobody. I said my dreams come true. Loving you, bettering you, never dim your light. Hold on one second when they try to project fear in you. Never give up on you. You know, when you know when you came from, and I say this respectfully, when you know where you came from, it's just certain things that people just don't understand when it comes to growth. What you mean, what you say. I show up for me. When a person doesn't have to do stuff for likes and views, when someone was truly homeless, when someone dealt with certain situations in life that certain folks that would never be able to understand how to walk a day in someone's shoes, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And I say that respectfully. Folks be trying to humble an innocent person and only to realize that, hold on one second, you're humbling the wrong person. Because what you wanted somebody to do was become their worst enemy. What you wanted somebody to do was self-sabotage. These type of words is not in my vocabulary for all the right reasons. And I say that respectfully. I don't run from my past. That energy is different. We are all not the same. But put respect on the innocent people's name. And I say that respectfully. It's so many artists, it's so many content creators that can actually create, and they don't need they don't need nobody around them. They don't need nobody around them. Put respect on their name. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge them. It's not hard to acknowledge an innocent person. It's not. It's like you. You get up every single day. It doesn't matter how long you've been working on your creativity, right? When it comes to your art. You done dealt with depression. You done dealt with people passing on. You done dealt with this, that unhealthy relationship. You done dealt with everything under the sun, being homeless. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views because it was truly a reality. Only for you to say, you know what? When I create my art and I put it on certain platforms, I'm doing it for my crowd of people to come in. The folks that truly respect me. And because you did that for that perfectly reason, you overcame so many obstacles when you almost lost you. How many times you became your worst enemy? That depression turned into a passion. That depression almost psyched you out your own free will. You started creating to go within. And because you started creating to go within, you started making music, you started doing art. Everybody's creativity is different. But that's what brought you life. That's what gave you the escape from what you was going through. And then someone is sitting there taking notes like we about to shadow ban you because we about to take all your creativities when it come to your ideas. We even about to put it out and put it in the movie. Hold on 1 second. What are you talking about? But we're not going to give you the credit because it's you. And nobody's going to believe you because we got controlling issues. We say we bosses at the end of the day, but we like to disrespect our neighbor in the same way. Remember, you said F who? God saw everything. I don't play with spoke in a toxic way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content ain't for everybody, and that's okay. And I say this respectfully to a mother and a father. No disrespect. Your child is dealing with depression. So you're trying to find tools to help your baby as to expressing themselves. You're trying to find tools so your child can uplift themselves so they can understand, hold on 1 second, I don't want you to dim your light. I don't want you to be in that mindset of losing you because I need you here too. So you start to give them a paintbrush. You start to give them equipment when it comes to creating. You give them a microphone. You give them all of this stuff that they need, right? You gave them a music book. You give them everything that they need. Even you bought them a piano. They don't even know how to use it, but they got good at it. Only to find out, because your child was going through that depression, your child was able to execute something so beautiful, and it was their first time even trying it. Like, hold on 1 second. Is that my child? Hold on 1 second. You know how to do that? Oh, shoot. Hold on 1 second. I need to have a seat. I'm trying to get my train of thought together. But I'm thankful I made my child proud. Only to find out that someone's in the background taking notes, trying to take your baby creativity. Hold on 1 second. I ain't signed up for this conversation. Because everybody's mental state ain't the same. Should that baby have to endure more pain? Something that brought life into them to understand an even exchange? Overcoming pain? Something that you showed them at the end of the day? You can find other tools to brighten your day instead of dimming your light because of a dark depression. It doesn't matter how old that child is, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody because everybody deals with depression differently. Someone could be diagnosed and don't understand they train their thought if they come in or going. But you was able to give them that coloring book, and it became their favorite coloring book, bringing bright colors to life. Only to realize, hold on 1 second, the creation even got brighter. You actually start buying them paint, and they started to express themselves when it came to a vision that they didn't expect to see. Artwork was beautiful because of that depression. and you was able to help your baby overcome what they've been through. Your child's learning how to start singing. You said nobody else knows how to, but you could do whatever you want to do. Bring it to life. I truly trust you, and I'm your biggest cheerleader. You got this, baby. No, for real. Here's a train of thought for me when you have the right support team when it comes to family. Because everybody ain't going to support you, and I say that respectfully. They not. But to have a mother and a father that's a stand-up person, that's trying, because can no doctor had told you otherwise the end of the day about your baby. So you started to look at certain different things to help your child because nothing else was helping your child. And you was tired of seeing your child frown. You was tired of seeing your child not able to eat. You was tired. You introduced your child to the music world when you least expected. All I had to do was take that 1 second and change their life forever. They started expressing themselves. Hold on 1 second. Hey, go you. Oh, shit. Ooh, and we can make some money too. That's a little bit too much, but okay. Nah, for real. It went from someone having a dark day. That child truly wasn't a mistake. Because that's what you brought into this world when it came to life. A beautiful gift. And you make sure you try to protect your baby's heart at all costs. And I say that respectfully, especially from the devil. And you wasn't doing it for likes and views. That energy is different. We all ain't the same. But when it comes to your child, that energy is different. That's your baby. And you wouldn't want somebody to do that to your child. My content is not for everybody. It shouldn't have to take for you to have a child for you to have common sense. It shouldn't have to take for you to have a child for you to realize this is not the norm. And it's not right, taking someone else's ideas. And especially not putting respect on their name. You laughing your way to the bank, trying to humiliate somebody with pain. It wasn't an even exchange. Because if that person didn't show up that day, you wouldn't have been able to think for yourself that in the most healthiest way. My content is not for everyone. And then you got to play with spell in a toxic way towards that innocent person. Should that have been your baby, they was energy harvesting off of, or let alone try to destiny swipe with, trying to paint your baby out to be the villain of their story. Took my hold on 1 second. I know how to think for myself. I don't move that way. They trying to paint your child out to be the villain in their story, all because they got controlling issues, all because of the fact that they got a couple of dollars to keep you quiet, to try to humiliate you, but you saw what was up. Your baby came out that depression. Regardless if they was an adolescent. It was an expression. They got into poetry. They got into rap, and everybody is different when it comes to reality. But that was your baby. That is your baby. Imagine getting a phone call. Your child just made their first #1 song. You're so proud of your child because they overcame so much. They overcame so much. And you saw the process. You saw the process of days when your child almost lost themselves when it came to pain. Getting discouraged because the world at the end of the day was truly against them. Painting them out to be the villain of their story. But you still was able to protect your baby, to show them the way that they are worthy. And because you was able to do such a thing, your baby started creating. And you get a phone call. They first #1 song. Someone took it. And you like, hold on, what? What do you mean? You mean to tell me that when we were sitting in the living room, or we were sitting right here, we was outside on the beach and enjoying family time, how the family was so proud of you? You mean to tell me that someone took everything that you was doing and made it their own idea? And they like, yes. The heartbreak on the opposite side of the phone had you adjusting your mindset. Like, how? Why? You came so far. And the first thing you telling your child is, the last thing I want you to do is going through a depression. Not everybody has that emotional support when it comes to actually having the proper people around them. And I say that respectfully. They don't. They don't have the proper people to show them, I got you. When you fall, some people be out here, popular loners, not looking for handouts. They really be putting that work in. Some folks couldn't relate to. It's how someone is choosing themselves. You wanted somebody to give up. A mother and a father's heartbroken and they can't fix their baby's heart. Imagine a mother and a father try to figure out everything under the sun to make sure that baby heart wasn't broken another day because of what they overcame. Either by a diagnosis, by the doctor, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety. Everybody's walk of life is different. That unhealthy relationship, somebody being sexually assaulted, dealing with hate crime, discrimination, violence. Everybody's walk of life is different. But imagine that was your child and what they had to overcome to see themselves smile, not to see themselves frown. And you was by their side, being their biggest cheerleader, rooting them on every single day, understanding, hold on 1 second, it was truly an even exchange when you overcame pain. I'm so proud of you today. Matter of fact, I'm about to go out and do some nice things for you today too. Only to find out, gotta break the news to you. Someone stole my ideas. So you mean to tell me it didn't matter who you've been doing it for the last 3 to 2 years? Everything just went to waste? And you still able to create? And they still be watching you, watch you take your ideas? That child is telling you yes. And I say this respectfully. It shouldn't have to take a documentation to put respect on someone's name. It should never have to. Because the original will forever be the original. And I say that respectfully. Somebody could be sitting outside trying to get their thoughts together. And they just come up with a verse real quick. Everything work out for me. 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 I'm paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to me. I love me, I love me, I love me. I'm getting better with time when it come to change. Ain't nobody gonna see me. That's what they said that day. They say practice makes perfect. You put that footwork in every single day to understand your order when it came to your existence. Elevation looks good on you. Never dim your light when it come to confidence. You know what it took for you to understand self-awareness? Not to self-destruct another day. They try to humiliate you, paint you out to be the villain in their story. But hold on 1 second. God works in mysterious ways. The gang stalking was real. The trauma bond at the end of the day. They try to project it on an innocent person because they understood they lame. I want everybody around me to truly elevate. I will put respect on my neighbor's name. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. I don't look at folks like competition. I'm far from a hated energy. It's different. But you wasn't wrong for speaking up for yourself when someone tried to disrespect you to get you out of character when it came to your sexual orientation. Hold on 1 second. I understood order. My content ain't for everybody. That's the most heartbreaking thing that a mother or father can endure. And especially when a mother and father is actually in a child's life. And I say that respectfully. The one that's picking their child up from depression. Some people don't pick their children up from depression. Some people don't know how to cope and be there for their child when they're dealing with depression. Just deal with it. You'll be all right, motherfucker. That's how some folks love languages actually is. But it ain't the norm because that baby at the end of the day feels so alone. But to that mother and that father that tries to fix the problem, they try to find a resolution for how do we fix this? You may not be able to understand right now how to fix it, but you're doing everything in your power to fix it. It went from you going to the store or buying a book that you probably couldn't afford Hold on, you mean to tell me this goddamn book is $100? Oh shit, Lord Jesus. Okay, something new. That's what you realize that your child needed was something new. And you did what you had to do to show up for your baby. Not everybody shows up for their children. They don't. Even if you didn't know that your child was truly gifted, it was truly surprising that, hold on one second, your child truly inspired you, uplift you during the time at the end of the day when they was going through that depression. And it meant so much to you knowing that you was able to help your baby. Even when that doctor said that your baby wasn't going to make it, everybody's story ain't the same. And I say that respectfully when it comes to pain or being diagnosed. That doctor is saying, hold on one second, we may need some time for your child to be admitted somewhere so they can reevaluate it. But you said, hold on, not today. That ain't going to solve the problem. I know my child. I know my child's heart. And I got my baby. Everybody's walk of life is not the same. It's not. But that's a beautiful thing for a mother or a father to know that, you know, your child's going through depression. It doesn't matter if they're adolescent or not. And you was able to show up for your child in a time in need where they needed you the most. They needed you. So you made sure you got all the tools that they needed, even to start a new path as to letting go. Healing that wound that was hurting them. A wound that was hurting your baby. You allow them to see that, hey, you can blossom, you can elevate, you are worthy, you are loved. And because you are loved, I'm your biggest cheerleader. And never allow someone to stop you from elevating. They stole your ideas. No, it's not right. They need to put respect on your name. And I say that respectfully. Because you overcame. We're so proud of you. A mother and a father is so proud of their child because they almost lost their child. They did. They almost lost their child. That baby almost psyched themselves at their own free will. The mother and the father was so bent out of shape they didn't know if they was coming or going. Hold on one second. I can't lose you another day. I love you. I hear you. What's going on? How do we fix this? Because I know how it feels for someone not to be there for me. When a mother and a father looks at their child, they look at a split image of them. That's you. That's you. But some parents don't look at their children like that. Some parents don't know how to say I love you to their child. Some parents don't even show up for their children. Some parents don't even acknowledge that, hold on one second, their child's on the other side of that receiver, the phone. But they would paint that child to the world to be somebody that they're truly not, to be a villain in their story. Everybody's walk of life is different. But to have a mother and a father that's a stand-up person, regardless if, and I say this respectfully, and I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. If you wasn't around your child because of whatever you endured at a young age or whatever happened in your life, once you realize how life was lifing you, you wasn't going to allow life to life you anymore. Some people have excuses why they can't show up for their children. But you said, I'm not going to have an excuse. I'm going to show up. Actions spoke louder than words. You wasn't just talking. You may have missed out on a couple of birthdays. You may have missed out on a couple of first dances. But you understood, hold on one second, not another day. Some people don't think like that. And I say that respectfully. When the parent shows up and actually wants to be in a child's life, they show up. They don't have to ask permission to show up. You show up. Let your child know that you're present. That energy is different. Everybody's walk of life is different. But when a child wants their parent, actions speak louder than words. You can't force a parent to be there that they don't want to show up. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. You showed up. And because you showed up, it didn't matter what was going on in your past. You wasn't running from your past because you knew how to take accountability for your actions. The energy is different. You wasn't running from your past. But you understood this next door that was open in your life for elevation and growth. And you was able to have that bond with your child. You was able to sit down with your child and actually recognize, I messed up. Because I messed up, you gave your child the option to be in your life. And you said that that door will always be open for them. Some folks don't give their child that option. Some folks have malicious intentions towards their children. Some people sacrifice their children. Some people energy harvest off their children. Some people play with spoken and toxic way on their children. But you didn't have to. Everybody's different when it comes to parenting. But for you to be a stand-up woman or man, you understood your past. And you walked into his child's life. And they actually acknowledged you. And they was very thankful. Because who they needed the most was you. Because nobody else was going to pick them up the way you did. Because you was nurturing. You was loving. You was actually kind. You actually saw them. You actually heard them. You actually respected them. You allowed them to fail. You wasn't disrespectful towards them. You wasn't aggressive towards them. You didn't make them feel like they couldn't express themselves to you. You will let go. You allowed yourself to let go a certain part of you because you wanted to be there for your child. And sometimes we have to let go of certain bad behaviors so we can be there for each other. And I say that respectfully. It's not running from your past, but it's called taking accountability for your actions. Because some people don't know how to talk to certain individuals. And sometimes when you don't know how to talk to certain individuals, it pushes certain individuals away because it became the norm. And it's not the norm. Some people are more sensitive than others. It's not that they're slow, stupid, or retarded. Everybody's not the same. But during this time in your child's life, you was willing to do whatever it was to actually hear your child. Be kind to your child. Respect your child. Acknowledge your baby. And you didn't overlook them. You got them the proper tools that they needed. Because why? You saw them and you heard them. You didn't look at them because they was going through depression, that they needed a straight body jacket with a doctor's diagnosis. No, you didn't look at them like that. That child needed love, an affection that the world couldn't give them. And I say that respectfully. But you was able to show up to give them that mother and father bond love. And your baby was able to pick themselves up and understand that, hold on one second, my mom and my dad got my back. I hear other stories about other people going through trials and tribulations in life, and they don't have their mother and their father. They're forcing a relationship to be when it's not. They're reaching out, and I can't allow myself to lose me end of the day. My father and my mother is still alive, and they're giving me the opportunity to be in their life. Some folks don't. And I say that respectfully. How certain individuals can be there for everybody else. Certain loved ones, when it comes to parenting, they're there for other children besides their own. This type of stuff happens. And then someone's being put as the villain in someone else's story because of the fact that someone spoke up for themselves in the most healthiest way. Everybody's walk of life and story is different. But it didn't matter what you was going through. Being incarcerated. Yeah, you getting your life together, but you still was there for your baby. Every step of the way, and you didn't have to have hidden agendas. You didn't. You wasn't energy harvesting off your child's energy. You wasn't trying to destiny swipe with your child. You wasn't playing with sport in a toxic way. Did I say that? You truly knew how to respect your baby. And your baby respected you, and it wasn't malicious intentions. You was able to go into a store. You may not have had much money. You went into that store, and you picked up a book for them to read. Did it matter what book it was? No. You thought about your child. And because you thought about your child, when you least expected, your baby was going through a bad depression. And you change your child's life when you least expect it because of that one book. That book could probably have cost $2.99, realistically. That book changed your baby's life when they was going through a time where they needed you. They wasn't seeking attention. They needed their mother and their father. Because folks like to paint a picture. Oh, you're just throwing attention. You're just looking for attention. You're just looking for attention. You're just looking for attention. No, that baby was not looking for attention. That baby needed their mother and their father. And that mother and that father showed up. The ones that didn't make an excuse as to loving their child. It didn't matter how many children you brought into this world. You still showed up for yours. Everybody's walk of life is different. It is. But your baby was going through a moment in their life, and you had their back. You had their back. And they turned that book, just reading that book, into writing their own books. They went from writing their own books, becoming therapy for them. How to cope with life. It went from one book to 20 books. How your child just published within less than 2 years. All because you changed your child's life. All because you became your child's superhero when you least expected. You said, I'm not a superhero, but you are in your child's eyes. I'm not the best parent, but you are in your child's eyes. You changed your life for the better. Action spoke louder than words, and you wasn't giving your child excuses why you didn't have money in your pocket. You showed up. Some people have excuses why they can't show up for their children. I ain't got money. It ain't about money. Show up. Show up. That's why children are so distant and don't want to be bothered with certain individuals because, hold on one second, you forgot to show up. I should never have to force someone to be in my life that don't want to be in my life. And it doesn't matter about the child's sexual orientation. And I say that respectfully because if you can sit there and show support to someone else's household, what happened about your own? You forgot about your own cub. What happened? You could go to this person's housewarming, but you couldn't go to your own child's. You could go to that person's birthday party, but you couldn't go to your own child's. You could do this, you could do that, you could do this, you could do that. But you forgot about your own baby. But you made them the villain in your story. But you forgot to show up. Then you paint your child to be such a bad person. How they crazy, But you never not one time said that you love your baby. I think I'll go crazy too. How about you, neighbor? Would you go crazy too? Would you feel like you're not loved or wanted if you never heard I love you? Or let alone when you said I love you and someone laughed at you, that's supposed to be your guardian. How would you truly feel? When you feel humiliated? Won't you feel disrespected? Won't you feel like you're not worthy? I just told my guardian that's supposed to protect me and love me that I love them. And they was not emotionally available. And all they did was laugh at what I said. It was nothing funny. It's a lot of children, regardless of how old that child is, that endure this type of pain. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. But you should continue to give yourself a round of applause, mother and father, that know how to show up for your child. Even days when you feel like you're not doing your best, you're still able to maintain your baby's smile. The energy is different than where when your child calls you, y'all both made each other's day. To hear the excitement in your child's voice that you're calling them, some people don't get to experience that. They don't. Or some people will never be able to experience it again in life. And I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form, but you're doing a good job. Don't give up on your child. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But when you truly fall from a copycat, people will try to bully you, project fear on you, All because you truly know how to be your authentic self, and especially the ones who are taking your ideas when it comes to your creativity. God works in mysterious ways. I don't worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But we put respect on people's name. You feel like they're a small content creator. You feel like nobody hears them. You could be walking down the street and you're like, oh wow, someone got rhythm. And then you take their whole swag that God installed within that innocent person, only to project pain. Someone hears it on the radio. That, hold on 1 second. You mean to tell me that could be my fame? Nobody actually put respect on my name. Where was I at that day? This type of stuff happens. And it should not be the norm. It should not be the norm. It shouldn't. But you call yourself real. You call yourself a boss. But you try to dumb somebody down because they got authentic. They able to create when it comes to being authentic. Something that you couldn't relate to. So you try to paint somebody be the villain of your story. Talk about nobody gonna respect them. Ain't nobody gonna hear them. That's what you said. Nobody gonna hear them. Because we gonna shadow ban them. And then we gonna paint the world so we could look at them. We gonna paint this picture so the world could look at them like they copycat us. And that was never the case because that innocent person wasn't trying to catch a case. But you try to frame them, to paint them out to be the villain of your story so you could catch a case. So you had to dig up their past, try to humiliate them. But God saw everything that you did. Everything. And that innocent person didn't have to play with spoken in a toxic way. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It didn't matter if someone was working on their creativity for 10 years. It didn't matter if someone was working in creativity for 20 years. It didn't matter if someone was working in creativity for 1 year. That's someone's creativity. That they took their time to express. That they took their time to hold on 1 second. Oh, wow. I created a fan base when I least expected. It wasn't more so a fan base, but it was for the ones that was truly for me. The genuine ones. The ones that actually hear me. Not to overlook me. That actually respect me, acknowledge me. Far from a copycat. I understood my position at the end of the day to stay in my lane. To understand that everybody's supposed to sit at, not everybody's supposed to sit at my table, and that's okay. My content is not for everybody. It's not. And for a mother and a father to get a phone call that they was able to help their child during their journey when it comes to depression, and only for someone to try to steal their creativity when it comes to their ideas, that's truly corny. It really is. And it doesn't matter how old that baby is. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Someone actually meant what they said. I got up every single day, just like you did. Well, not really. And if you did, you wouldn't be bothered by me. Or let alone try to take my flow. When it come to my existence, something that you couldn't get in tune with was actually being woke. Put respect on people's name. There's so many people ideas that I took. Put respect on people's name. Y'all rather someone disrespect y'all to get clout off of what somebody's saying, to put it in the media, to get exposure, see they beefing back and forth. That became the norm. But hold on 1 second. Folks ain't got to throw their hands to prove a point. It's put respect on someone's name. It's real disrespectful. I say this respectfully. How you said that you was on your way to the bank, but you took someone's ideas. That return back to sender. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious ways. Someone said they wouldn't mind helping you. That don't mean take their creativity. Duh! What's wrong with these fools? Someone's creativity is their own creativity. Working with you at the end of the day, hold on 1 second, that's just a different type of mindset. Sitting down and actually coming up with a game plan like what we could do. That's how real bosses move. They don't gotta take someone's creativity to make it theirs. We don't move like that. What a fool. And then you sit there and threaten somebody. Gonna say, oh, we're gonna use fake people behind the scenes to use your creativity to make money off of it, to feed off your pain, so you could become your worst enemy. I guess that's how AI move. It's the train of thought for me. I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form, but real bosses don't move like that, stealing folks' ideas. And I say that respectfully. What happened to respect? What happened to respect? My content is not for everybody. No mother and father should have to endure their child have to limit their dreams from coming true because folks, maybe in high status or not, have to try to steal their creativity and trying to paint somebody else to be the villain in their story. Like, nah, that was my originality. I hacked all your devices so I could make it my own. So every time you put a video out, I already got the copy. So you could say at the end of the day, hold on 1 second, it's really not your train of thought. Then they sit there and disrespect you, trying to humiliate you. Talk about if you record that conversation, you're gonna be a dead issue. And I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna line you up to psych you at your free will when it comes to your conscience. So you won't be able to tell your story. Everybody endure pain differently. And you'd be so surprised what other folks had to deal with because someone lied on their name or because of the fact that they was able to create the goal within, not to self-destruct, to project pain. We all ain't the same. My content is not for everyone. It's hard enough. It doesn't matter if it's a single family household or not. It's hard enough to get a child to come out of depression. It don't matter how old that child is. And that baby not doing it for likes and views, let alone clout chasing, because they digestive system ain't the same. Being a hater. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. It's not. They say practice makes perfect. I ain't lose myself for another day. I understood my existence when it came to my love language, self-reflecting, being misunderstood. Hold on 1 second. I understood the world was going to be against me, but I understood the right people would be truly for me. I wasn't doing it for clout. I wasn't doing it for likes and views. I understood my mental train of thought. I understood my mental when it came to my train of thought, to understand my existence, that I am worthy, to overcome what I've been through, not to lose me another day when someone wanted me to be dysfunctional. I wasn't running from my past. Certain folks was trying to dig up to laugh at my pain, only to realize it wasn't an even exchange. I understood my existence. I understood my existence to maintain my smile, not to see myself frown. I almost lost myself. I knew how I felt to, at the end of the day, become my worst enemy, but I understood how it feels to be restored. I understood how it feels for God to show me at the end of the day I am worthy to overcome whatever spell word they throw me right to left. I ain't reject myself another day like a bad heart attack. The energy is different when folks be trying to project your downfall and it wasn't an even exchange. All you told your neighbor, all attention ain't good attention. It was not even an understanding on their side because they lacked self-awareness when it came to self-destruct. They saw you as competition, so they painted you out to be the villain in their story, all because of the fact that you wasn't taking a one-sided mindset when they put you in competition because you couldn't get jiggy with that. I gotta go. Always be yourself. Always be yourself. Originality gonna always win. And I say that respectfully. You'd be so surprised who these folks is. Talking about they the chosen one. If you really the chosen one, you'll be far from a copycat. And I say that respectfully. You're supposed to move accordingly. How you sold your soul. How the innocent person had to move like that when it came to gravity. They understood their blessings, catching the right to left. The energy is different. They wouldn't see their neighbor frown. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. That energy is different when you ain't running from your past. But you had to dig up someone's past so you could paint them out to be the villain. So you know what? Damn, we got one up on you. So we could basically say at the end of the day, you stole someone's identity. Hold on one second. I'm far from a copycat. I was only moving accordingly. My content is not for everybody. It's not a crime to be your authentic self, and never allow someone to bully you and project fear in you because they took your creativity. You knew how to put respect on your neighbor's name. You did. You put respect on their name. And because you put respect on your name, on their name, they said that you was doing too much. Because certain folks ain't the same when it come to their mental state, having self-control, when it come to self not destructing. You know, not everybody has the proper self-awareness. Some people don't got common sense. Talking about, oh, you a copycat. Oh, I want to say this too. It's kind of funny how when I'm on just this platform, all you hear is but when I go on other platforms or I record a video, you don't hear that at all. Then they say, make your quality, make your video quality more better. I am doing better. I'm doing better with time when it came to change, when it came to growth. I ain't lose sight of day. I didn't lose sight of day. That's to better myself. Something that you couldn't relate to. You rather lose yourself. My content is not for everybody. It's not. That's what you projected on an innocent person, though. You wanted them to lose themselves. You wanted them to lack self-confidence. You sat behind closed doors and laughed at someone's pain. It wasn't an even exchange. Acting like you so invested into somebody. Hiding behind fake accounts, acting like you talking to somebody. The real person actually acknowledges themselves. Hey, this is me. How you doing? But this is what happens when people start to hack your device at the end of the day. It's like the conversation was two-sided. It was only one side at the end of the day because nobody actually bought it to me. You said you had an offer for me, but what happened to it? And I say that respectfully. These folks are truly haters when they see potential. And you wasn't the issue, let alone to be the villain in their story. Or because you had common sense to actually think for yourself. So they had to sit there and sit back and take notes from your first video to interpret it to be theirs. This type of stuff does happen. And it's not the norm. And I say that respectfully. You know what you did, and that was dead ass wrong. Everybody's walk of life is different. My neighbor just experienced this the other day. They trying to find out their train of thought. They like, damn, now you so strong. How you overcame. How you still even putting more work out every single day. Because the judge said, get your life together. And that's all I was doing. I wasn't running back to my past. Energy is different. When you find a hobby and it becomes a passion, because you start to realize that everybody's not for you, and that's okay. But when someone is able to find that escape when it comes to a hobby or, you know, just overcoming what they've been through in life, or just trying to find something that actually fits them. And when God installs so much creativity in somebody, it's like, dang, I could do this, I could do that, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do so many things. Thank you, God, for being patient with me. And then someone wants to dumb you down, to truly see you frown. Like, that's so sad. It really is. And especially when you mean what you say, that you are becoming your best self vision of yourself. And actions speak louder than words. Like, you didn't need somebody to root you on to tell you that you're doing a good job. You didn't need that. But you knew how to congratulate everybody. And you wasn't doing it for likes or views or cloud chasing, because the first thing that you ever said that came out your mouth, I don't want your money. You said that loud and proud. Because God installed a gift within me so I can do my own thing in my own lane. I wasn't looking for clout. And you meant what you said because you truly was standing on business. How real bosses actually move. Regardless if you in the beginning stages, they would never understand your growth. How you just beginning. Hey, continue to elevate. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself. Because some people do. When certain people start to take your ideas, you start to get discouraged because they start to shadow ban you, then they start to disrespect you like nobody gonna believe you. Then they start to disrespect you out loud like, yeah, I'm on my way to the bank with your ideas. And I ain't gonna put respect on your name. It wasn't an even exchange. How you changed so many lives within a split of a second, such little time, all because you showed up for yourself to be your authentic self, something that folks can relate to, was you being yourself. That's what they didn't like. How people truly gravitate to you, and you ain't have to do much besides love yourself and show up as you. Something that they couldn't relate to. It's why you chose you. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. That is okay. But never allow someone to make you feel like you have to give up on your purpose. Even when they try to disrespect you, try to humiliate you, saying that you're gonna be homeless or they're gonna strip everything away from you or whatever the case may be, because people do that. They do that because they feel like they have the upper hand in a situation, and they do that. Or they put you in a psych board and say that, yeah, nobody's definitely gonna hear you now. Or we're gonna put you incarcerated so nobody definitely will ever hear you. Because at the end of the day, they got controlling issues. Because you truly have potential. And because you have potential, they want to shadow band you, make sure that your word doesn't get out. They don't want your creativity to be out there. They don't want people to see your beautifulness or your handsomeness. You're beautiful. And you ain't even got to take off your clothes. You can just be your authentic self. And I don't mean no disrespect. You didn't have to do certain things to make yourself uncomfortable when it came to pain. Everybody's walk of life is different. Folks will swear that you're talking about them like a bad habit, but you don't understand what your neighbor just went through to overcame. You didn't think that your story was better than anybody, but you just knew at the end of the day what somebody actually went through, and you was able to help them. Not to relapse another day when it comes to this thing called life, when someone was doing it for likes and views. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Never give up on yourself, and never let someone make you feel like you gotta live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Because there are people, even when they shadow ban you, and I say this respectfully, or when they try to make you feel like you're nobody, there's people that actually still reaching out to you. There's people that's actually respecting you. They actually see you. And they actually are proud of you. Because you went from a beginning stage when it came to your creativity to where you are today, and you're still going. Certain individuals, when they hear this type of stuff happening, when it comes to being shadow banned and their work is being used in other departments, we're gonna just say that in other departments, when it comes to having high status or someone doing something for fame, so they have to steal someone else's ideas and make it and say that it was their idea, and that was never the case. It was only a one-sided conversation because nobody actually involved you. And even if they try to paint you out to be that you was truly present, they hacked your devices, try to teach you a lesson, try to humble you. How it took a group of people to go against one person that truly had potential to think for themselves, the real chosen one that wasn't doing it for likes and views. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. But you, man, you're worthy. Some people give up on themselves. Some people stop having the passion for the love that was created within. Something that they saw was motivation to them. And I say that respectfully. And it's not right. Some people use their creations to make money off of it when it comes to their own ideas. And for someone to step in because they got controlling issues, or just someone to step in because they got a little change, or whatever the case may be, to stop someone from getting a bag because someone created an audience for themselves that was truly for them, that was genuine. They had they had supporters that was actually respecting them, reaching out and showing them that they are worthy. And for you to try to strip that away from somebody because you decided to take their ideas and make it your own, that is not right at all. And never not one time did you put respect on your neighbor's name. But you rather disrespect him like, yeah, I'm on my way to the bank. And you rather laugh at someone's pain. But you could be in the same position. You could have been in the same position. It's nothing funny about putting a person in that type of position. And I say that respectfully. I don't run from my past. That energy is different. And I know what happened that day, and I know what I experienced. Regardless of he say, she say, the map damn sure wasn't adding up. I don't care what I said to you, and I say that respectfully, real disrespectful. That's what happens when folks start to dig up your past, to try to humiliate you, to disrespect you out loud. It wasn't an even exchange. They forgot to mention all the good things that you did from the days days when they couldn't even see. They will always try to paint you out to be the villain in their story, all because of the fact that you had confidence to be your authentic self. My content is not for everybody. A real boss, and I say this respectfully, a one who says they changed their life, but they're not doing it for likes and views. Actions speak louder than words when you truly mentally heal to go within. You know, not the one that's being blackmailed. We hold on with the same. Because real bosses put respect on our neighbor's name. Now, I say that respectfully. You know what? I like your creativity. And I'm not going to paint you out to be a stalker in my story. How folks be astro traveling to you, painting you out to be the victim at the end of the day when you truly saw what they did that day. Because we live in a spiritual world. Nobody gave you access to me. Access denied. Hold on 1 second. You try to humiliate me. Playing with Spoiler in a toxic way. Then you want to pay me out to be the villain of your story. So I could catch your case, but that was nothing but the devil's working. The devil's a lie, because God said no, not today. Then you try to destiny swipe with me. This type of stuff happens to innocent people, folks energy harvesting. All because someone has potential. So they want to paint somebody out to be crazy, slow, and retarded. Just because someone else wasn't able to tell their story. Because certain folks didn't understand them. They rather overlook them. Because it became the norm that, hold on 1 second, what are you talking about? That never happened to me. But there's innocent people who haven't experienced it. There's innocent people that has experienced it, and they're not able to tell their story because of being shadow banned, because of being put into a light that nobody's going to believe you anyway. Nobody's going to believe you, let alone hear you or respect you. This type of stuff happens when it comes to energy harvesting, destiny swiping, trying to, or let alone playing with Spoiler in a toxic way. Black magic, voodoo, witchcraft, you put a name in your book. The toxic way. On an innocent person so they won't understand their own reality when they come to their existence. Then you're going to talk about you about to beat somebody up. Where's your God at now? Or because someone was willing to better themselves. Action spoke louder than words. Someone truly wanted to maintain a smile. Something that you couldn't get in tune with, understanding self-awareness. You rather self-destruct to become your worst enemy another day. But that didn't have nothing to do with the innocent person who was in their own lane. My content is not for everyone. Put respect on innocent people's name. You see somebody gifted, talented. People pick and choose who they want to bully to paint out to be the villain in their story. That's cool and fine and dandy. But leave the innocent people alone. They didn't sign up for your one-sided conversation. And for you to be disrespectful out loud Talking about you on your way to the bank with someone else's ideas, it tells a lot about your character traits. But you talk about you a boss? Okay. God saw everything that you was doing. We don't worship the same God. Because my God that I serve, and I say this respectfully, is far from a hater. Far from a hater. We want everybody around us to elevate in the most healthiest way, not to dim each other's light. Regardless of we've been through trials and tribulations when it comes to life, regardless of we didn't have that proper emotional support team by our side. Far from haters. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Far from jealous at the end of the day, neighbor. Wasn't doing it for likes and views, let on cloud chasing. You had to hack certain folks' devices to paint a narrative, hold on 1 second, of somebody that truly wasn't, or because you invaded their space. See, look, I told you they was talking about you like a bad habit, but that was never the case. My content ain't A for everybody, and that's okay. It's sad that someone has to gang stalk an innocent person. The ear hustling was real. So you could paint the narrative, hold on 1 second. I came up with that train of thought. That was my idea. When an innocent person knew how to think for themselves, it came authentic. Hold on 1 second. Originality, what happened to it? My content ain't for everybody, and that's okay. You can disrespect me all day long, but God works in mysterious ways. I don't walk by fear. I walk by faith. Something that you couldn't relate to was being yourself. I gotta go! Be yourself. When you disrespect somebody, and I say this respectfully, like calling them whack and corny or lame, what makes you think they want to work with you? If that's how you truly feel about somebody, they're not going to work with you. If you have to threaten somebody's life, like you're going to put hands on them, they're not going to work with you. Everybody's not a yes man or a yes woman at the end of the day, and I say that respectfully. It was never about the clout. I already been around entertainers in my whole life. I say that respectfully, and yeah, the ones who be energy harvesting. But that's for another story. Gotta go. I'm not a genuine love respect. My content ain't for everybody. I'm only just getting started. Always be yourself. Today is currently February 26, 2025, so they say. Oh, we will never understand what time really is. But when it comes to your world, never stop loving you. Practice makes perfect. They would never understand your existence. Elevation, confidence, not to self-destruct another day. Because actions spoke louder than words when you wanted to maintain your smile. You know what you've been through. You know what you overcame. Losing yourself another day. Hold on 1 second. I'm not trying to become my worst enemy another day. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. That is okay. That is totally fine. But when the right people walk into your life, and I say this respectfully, respect would be a two-way street. They wouldn't look at you like competition, and they would never put you in a mindset at the end of the day, I'm a hating on you. And I say that respectfully, because people got bigger fish to fry. When they want the right people around them, they're not going to waste their time and day. And I say that respectfully. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding, that we elevate together. We respect each other. How real bosses actually move accordingly. We ain't try to tear each other down. Get disrespectful. Even when the outside world is looking in, we still knew how to respect our neighbor. We know how to put respect on a person's name at the end of the day. We would never look at someone like a little man or a nobody. Because somebody is somebody. That's somebody's child, let alone God's child, that has favor over their life, and they are worthy. My content is not for everyone. Real bosses don't move like that. It don't matter about your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. To see somebody frown when you want them to maintain a smile. You will want someone not to go through that depression, to overlook themselves, but to understand their boundaries, that they are worthy, not to lose themselves another day, but we all not the same. And I say that respectfully. I was only moving accordingly. Didn't have to put you in competition because I didn't see you as rotation. The mindset. It's really the train of thought for me. How folks would truly think like this. Pain you be the villain in a story. All because you saw me as competition. Neighbor, you saw me as competition. I'm flattered. I was just being myself. I was never doing too much. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Real bosses respect each other, and real bosses respect their peers around them. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They don't look at folks as competition. They ain't got to steal off someone's originality. They actually put respect on it. When it come to time, when it come to change, hold on 1 second. You actually got a little flow, little shorty. I'm so proud of you. I don't think you may heard it at the end of the day. It's coming from me, though. Don't ever feel like you alone. I heard what you said the other day when it came to a week ago. You matter, you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are handsome. Don't dim your light or get discouraged because they didn't know how to put respect on your name. But I am. That is different. That's when a real boss steps in and shows you at the end of the day, you are worthy of elevation when it comes to growth. Don't let these fools dim your light. No, for real, don't let them. Oh, you matter, you are worthy. Your dreams coming true. Don't dim your light. Go, you far from a hater. I'm not your genuine love respect. Real bosses is far from haters. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. It don't matter what trials and tribulations you overcame, been through. And I say that respectfully. We all not the same at the end of the day. And I say that respectfully, I gotta go. Always be yourself with numberless intentions. I'm not your genuine love respect. Loving yourself is not a crime, and healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It's not. Never allow someone to make you feel like you have to live in fear because you're being your authentic self. You're finding you, and you're not having an identity crisis because when you show up for you, growth looks different on everybody. And I say that respectfully, it does. Growth looks different on everybody. But when a person starts to change their life, actions speak louder than words. And I say that respectfully. It don't matter if someone's trying to blackmail you, if someone's trying to humiliate you. Actions always going to speak louder than words. You're not that 14, 12-year-old, 8-year-old little kid anymore. You're an adult now. You're not that 17-year-old teenager anymore. You're not that 20-year-old version of yourself at the end of the day no more. Like, you're an adult now. Your past don't live in your presence. They try to bring up what you've been through, but that's not in your existence. Like, that's not who you are today. Like, it's not. It's nowhere near it. Folks would never talk about the good things that you did for them, let alone show up for them, overflow their cup, even when they didn't ask you to. That just goes to show you we are all not the same when it comes to motivating each other. I gotta go. Having real folks around you, God will truly show you. Hold on 1 second, neighbor, and that for you. I gotta go. I need a nap. I'm not your genuine love respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I truly appreciate time to the genuine ones with no malicious intentions. Thank you for your time. I truly hope that you have a safe remaining year. I truly hope that you have a safe remaining week, let alone weekend, let alone day. You are worthy of being your authentic self, and never allow someone to make you feel like you're not worthy because you choose you when it comes to your creativity. Because they couldn't think for themselves, they rather disrespect you. They sitting there watching you and watch you elevate, and they call you whack, corny, and lame. Tell that bitch to shut the F up already. But would you want somebody to do that to your sister when it comes to her creativity? Would you want somebody to do that to your mother when it comes to their creativity? Would you want that somebody to do that to your loved one? And I say that respectfully. I don't mean no disrespect in no shape or form. It don't matter how much money you have. Your sister, your mother, your loved one actually took time out of their day to come up with the creations that they did. And only for somebody like you to try to dim their light. It wasn't right. I'm not your genuine love respect. Thank you for your time. Peace, send us back, tell neighbor, hold on 1 second. When your dreams come true, when your dreams come true. They would never understand why you chose you to go within. Lack of self-control. Hold on 1 second. I wasn't trying to become my worst enemy another day. I understood self-control to overcome what I've been through. I didn't give up on me another day. I'm not your genuine love respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. You matter and you are worthy. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. And healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. But you matter and you're worthy. Thank you for your time. Have a good day. I gotta go. Real recognize real. Where it's at with common sense. When an innocent person's far from a hater, they truly know how to respect their neighbor. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. We all not the same. I understand they even exchange. You was one sided with your one-handed conversation. Gotta go.